Choose your character.
Welcome back to PKG. My name is Evan. This is Mike, and today we have our psychic team
Type of the month.
of the month. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Type of the month. Yeah, yay! But yeah, we're doing psychic types today. It's been a while since we've done a video. We're kind of trying to do some catch up right now. We've been busy, as you can tell. There's some stuff missing around me. Maddie and I are getting ready to move. So hopefully very soon and shortly, you guys will start to notice that I'm in a different place. Also, we've been doing a lot of weddings and stuff, so we've just been busy. Michael keeps harassing me about recording, and I just keep putting off, and I'm sorry. So yeah, here I am. I'm back. Yeah. But yeah, so today we're going to do our psychic type to make up for the month of July, and then we're going to shortly record after this the next one. So you guys will have two videos very close together, and it'll be great. So there you go. Yeah, so this is the favorites, I think. Yeah, we're going to do favorites first, right, Mike?
Yeah, favorites
Yeah.
first.
Favorites first. I had a tough time with this one.
I did too. It was very hard to figure out what order I wanted it to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. My order is definitely like hit or miss.
Like my number 5 is just like personal favorite of mine, and then after that it's like the guaranteed 3 for me, and then obviously my number 1 people probably know.
Yeah. See, my top 2 were kind of easy for me, and then the next 3 after that were very interchangeable. And then also I had a couple of mine that like could have easily flipped in there with some of those, but it's very close. So, but yeah. All right, let's get started, shall we?
Yeah. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I will start.
Okay. Do
Okay.
your thing.
Okay. All right, coming in at number 5. Shout out to Maddie Espion. Yay. Espion, it's just classic favorite. Gen 2, base stat total 525. Honestly, it has the second highest base stat total out of all the Pokemon on my favorites list. So coming in at number 5 is pretty big. Yeah, Espion's just a great Pokemon. Gets decent move pool, Psychic, Shadow Ball. I'm trying to think of all Coliseum attacks that it gets. Psychic,
Swift,
Shadow
Confusion.
Ball, Swift, Recover, or not Recover, Morning Sun, Confuse. Like, I don't know. It's got a decent move set. Hits like a truck. Holy fuck. It's fast as shit. But yeah, no, Espeon and Umbreon, like the counterparts of each other, are just, it's a good pairing to have. And yeah, if I had to pick out of all the evolutions, I definitely pick the Espeon as my favorite, probably. And yeah, so Espeon, number 5. He's cool. She's cool. He's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. They are cool. There we go.
All right. My number 5 is a Pokemon I've talked about a couple times in videos. It's in my Gen 2 favorites. It's in my water type favorites, and it's Slowking. So, 490 base stat, which I love. It's a great special attack / special defense Pokemon. I was trying to figure out if I liked Galarian Slowking or normal Slowking first, but I think I do like the regular one better still. But I do like the idea of, it becoming a poison type and everything like that in the new generation, and I love its design for both of them. Its move pool is great. I've talked about it in the past. It can learn a crap ton of moves like Dig and like Brick Break.
Dig.
Sorry, it was the first thing I saw.
We're talking about special attacking moves.
Yeah,
Dig.
I know. So yeah. So like you can learn moves like Brick Break. Obviously I'm talking about physical type attacks, but like it can learn so many different moves, like Earthquake and Fire Blast and stuff like that. So it can just learn so many different moves that could help it.
Cool. Wide variety of bullshit. All right, number 4. I have Gardevoir. When I was making this list, I was feeling like I should have put her higher because she definitely is one of those Pokemon. Like, again, another fan favorite. Everybody loves her. Should be one of those, like, it's everybody's favorite. But I kept her at number 4, just because like the other 3 Pokemon I have above her are very, like, just to me make more sense. But base that total of 518, very close to Espeon. I would argue it's an even better Pokemon than Espeon for, I would say, about 3 reasons. 1, it's typing. It gets the fairy typing, which is kind of clutch. And it does really well with the dual typing. 2, it gets a Mega, which already boosts its stat up by 100. So there you go, 618. And 3, I would argue it has a better move pool. Like, and I know it gets access to things like Thunderbolt, Focus Blast. I'm sure Espeon gets similar move pool attacks, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more attacks that Gardevoir gets over Espeon. So I'd argue that Gardevoir is better than Espeon for that reason. And yeah, so there's a lot of good things about Gardevoir. It's shiny is really cool. I love the blue, and then when it's mega shiny, it's black. It looks dope as hell. But yeah, no, I think Gardevoir is one of those Pokemon that it's loved, but I also think it's just like not underrated, but like it's outshined by quite a few other Pokemon, and that's why it is lower on my list. But yeah, no, it's a great Pokemon. I'm really happy Diantha in I think it's X and Y, the champion. I'm really happy that was her main Pokemon. Like, that was such a really, really good way. It was kind of like a Cynthia all over again. And like, obviously Cynthia's Garchomp was Gen 4 Pokemon, but like to have a Gen 6 champion use a Gen 3 Pokemon, it's kind of like Leon using Charizard. Like, I know Charizard is just kind of like, that's a stupid, like, you could have had a different Pokemon. Like, that was kind of like a cheating, like, I don't know. It was a cheap out, I think, for the Pokemon company to use a Charizard like that. But I think Gardevoir in the Mega aspect of that game was brilliant. But yeah, so there you
go. All right, yeah, you'll hear about Gardevoir in my list too. But
yeah,
my number 4, I considered having it at 2. I considered having it at 3, but just the fact that it's a singular type, I think, was the reason I put it at 4, and that was Alakazam.
Yeah.
Absolute tank, and then they gave it a Mega, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's even better. Like, it's ridiculous how good it is as a Mega. Great special attacker.
It's not a tank. It's a beast.
Sorry. You know what I mean.
I'm like, you hit that thing and it's dead. So, I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, it has so many great moves it can learn. Like I said, with Slowking. It's just kind of like the OG badass psychic type, I think. Like,
yeah,
you can't go wrong with it. You can't go with Alakazam. Like, you can't go wrong with Gengar. You can't go wrong with Machamp. You can't go wrong with those 3, like, trade to evolve Pokemon. It sucks that it trades to evolve, but I think even a Kadabra is a great Pokemon to use without even evolving into an Alakazam, and I think that alone shows how great of a Pokemon it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, such a great Pokemon. The OG psychic type, in my opinion, outside of, I guess, the legendary Mewtwo.
Yeah. Well, surprise, surprise. My number 3 is also Alakazam. But yeah, like you said, Alakazam it's so fast, and I think it had like the highest special attack out of all the Pokemon for like a while or something. Like, it was just so good. Gen 1 especially, or actually Gen 1 and 2, but Gen 1 especially because the special stat was still 1 stat, and so it was also tanky as heck, and it hit like a truck. So it was just like, holy fuck, like, and it's fast. You can't beat that thing. Gen 2 is still probably the most overpowered Pokemon because they didn't do the special physical move split, so you could teach it Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Psychic, and right there, that move spread right there is unbelievable, and it hits so hard that it would just run everybody over, right? Like, you couldn't argue with that. Plus, it got a Mega, which was, I think, like I love it. And even though its total base stat of 490 isn't that good in comparison to say Gardevoir and Espeon, like you were saying, it's the OG psychic type. It was the things that kind of like Gardevoir was based off of that kind of idea. Like Espeon was the Gen 2 version, Gardevoir was the Gen 3 version. Like it started the train wreck, or I guess whatever I don't know what I'm saying. But it started, it got the ball rolling. There we go for all the other gens. I agree with you. Having the monotyping was kind of shitty. I was so hoping, because you look at all the Pokemon from Gen 1 that do trait evolution.
Yeah.
And so you've got your Golem, which is, he has an Alolan Golem. You have Gengar and Alakazam. So they got their Megas. Gengar also got a Gigantamax. Then you look at Machamp, he got his Gigantamax. Like, they all kind of had something later on to show them love a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was so hoping for like a Galarian Alakazam, kind of like how Golem got the Alolan, because there were so many good fan arts for Alakazam where he could become like a fighting type, and you just reverse its stats to make it a physical attacker and have it, instead of spoons, have it like nunchucks. Like, oh, that would be so dope. Like, how cool would that be? But yeah, there's a lot of cool things with Alakazam that you could do. I also really like the memes with the Vanillish, like the ice cream cone, and he's just got his spoons and he's eating them, and it's just like, no. Yeah. So yeah, Alakazam, that's my number 3. Dope Pokemon. Mustache man.
Yeah. I also love Alakazam's design. I didn't touch on it, but I love the idea of the spoons and like the psychic with the ability with bending them and everything like that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking Abras though.
Teleport, I swear to God. If you haven't watched our series, we've had Abras use teleport on us and ruin that for us on our Nuzlocke. So go check those out.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Gardevoir. I gave him the edge over Alakazam just because he did get that fairy type. Or I guess she got that fairy type. I think the thing though is that Gardevoir can't happen without Alakazam, so it's kind of interesting that way as well. Its Mega Evolution is better than Alakazam at 618 total, and all these Pokemon are just going to be special attackers. So like most of them at least are going to be. So like, not going to.
My next 2 are all physical. Haha, suck it.
There. But yeah, just the fact that it got that fairy type, it made it so much better because, well, now it can counter dark types, and now it can counter these other types that can easily kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Also, again, like you were saying, like its move pool is insane. So yeah, you kind of touched on it, so I won't touch on it that much more.
No, all good. But yeah, just to kind of touch on what you're saying, why you put Gardevoir over Alakazam. Like, honestly, I could have had them switched as well. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, 3, 4, and 5, I easily could have rotated a little bit. I think the reason why I put Alakazam just slightly above Gardevoir is because I'm definitely more of a Gen 1 player. And I like the OG. Like, Alakazam was like the guy that I enjoyed using. Like, if I had a choice between using Alakazam and Gardevoir, I would be really torn and really not sure. I'd probably say Gardevoir just because it has a bigger spectrum of what it can do. Yeah. But Alakazam was just always like that Pokemon. Like, I always look back and think like, okay, Machamp and Golem. Golem is literally one of my favorite Pokemon, but it's just not that great to use even in the games because like it's quad weak to water and grass, and rock ground is so often used. Like, it has so many Pokemon with that typing, right? Like, a monotype psychic type Pokemon like Alakazam isn't going to get that much love. So that's like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I definitely agree with you. Like, maybe it should be a little bit higher, but I really enjoy Alakazam a little bit more in terms of like what I like. So yeah. All right. Number 2. This one's gonna kind of be weird, I'm sure. I don't know if Michael, you even expected this. I didn't expect this. I was looking through and I was like, "Holy shit!" I totally forgot about him, and I actually really like this Pokemon. He was kind of like a. It was a weird one because I remember using him in a game once and realizing like, "Holy shit, he's actually really good, especially with his ability." But my number two is Malamar. So I remember seeing Inkay and thinking like, oh, it's so cute, and then like Dark Psychic typing. And I was like, that's sick. I'll try him. The way you evolve him is kind of weird. I have to flip your DS upside down. It's definitely different, but I guess it's like, okay, sure, like I'll take it. But Malamar has a base stat total of 482, so it's only like 8 points off of Alakazam, which isn't that bad, honestly. I think he could be used as either a physical or a special attacker, but I think he's mainly a physical attacker because I remember using attacks like Superpower and Psycho Cutter and what's that dark move? It's not Punishment, is it? Maybe it is Punishment.
Yeah,
I don't know. There was a physical type of Foul Play. That's what it was.
Oh, right, yeah.
But like, and then his ability, oh my god, his ability, Contrary, so fucking good. Especially when you're using Superpower, like holy fuck is it good. And I fell in love with him as soon as I started using him with that ability. It's slightly broken in that regard. I know there's obviously some Pokemon that could be used better with the Contrary ability, but like he was like the OG for me. But yeah, I really like Malamar. I like the design. I love the typing. I love the whole mechanic. He's got a pretty decent move pool. Like I was saying on it like before, like he has access to Superpower, and if you think about how many Pokemon are weak to fighting types, right? Like okay, like Psychic and Dark, they had a huge issue against things like Steel types and other like Dark types, right? Like so he easily has counters for those right there. So but yeah, no, he has a really good move pool. Obviously when we're doing the Pokemon Showdown team, I'll be adjusting him and kind of go through all the move pool stuff. But yeah, no, Malamar, he's my number two. He's my homeboy.
Yeah, he's in my honorable mention. He was really close to being at my number 5, but I think the thing with Slowking and me, it just had to happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
My number 2 is probably a lot of people's number 1s, but I have a soft spot for my number 1, and my number 2 is Metagross.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna start right off the bat. Most badass shiny in all of Pokemon, in my opinion.
Interesting. Okay.
I love that he was was he the first psychic type physical attacker?
I mean, pretty much. Like, I'm sure there was others,
but he was the first like really good one.
Yeah, because like the thing is I remember 3rd gen before they did the physical special split. There was a lot of like literally all the psychic types before that were special types essentially. I would probably say the only one that I would argue against that would be like Girafarig.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like he was very physical oriented, but he was decent regardless. But I would probably say like Metagross was like the original, like he's a physical attacker as a steel type. And as soon as they did the split and gave him Zen Headbutt, like that's what kind of just made him even more OP. Like he was already fucking good. But like, and his special attack even is still good. Like it's not like it's bad. Like he's still arguably one of the best Pokemon in Gen 3 before the split. So.
Well, yeah, not to mention like he gets moves like Meteor Mash. He can learn any of the punches if you want to do that with him. Like he just has such a great move pool. Like you can learn Brick Break for other like steel types, for example, like you were saying with Psychic struggling with steel types, and you can learn Earthquake and so many great physical moves that he can learn. Just adds on to the fact that he's just so offensively beastly. And the fact that his mega is 700 is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'll add to spoiler. I know we're probably going to do our Arnold mentions for our number 1, but spoiler, Metagross is my number 1. But yeah, like you're saying, his base stat total of 600 turning into 700, like in comparison, okay, let's put it this way. If Espeon on my list has a 525, and that's the second highest on my list, he still has 75 stat total more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a whole other category. Like, some Pokemon don't even have stats of 75. Like, he literally just gets an extra column of stats to fuck you up. Like, he could literally just have, because what, there's 5 stats, right? Or is it 6? Oh, I guess HP. So 6, right? So that's like having 100 in each column. That is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, like the fact that he turns into even more of a special attacker, so you can even have that balance with him, is so ridiculous as a Mega. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, sure. that is my number 2.
Nice. All right, honorable mentions. So my honorable mentions. So I'll start off with the ones that like easily should have made my list. It just, or not easily, but like they should have and could have, but it was just like, eh. So I had Alolan Raichu. I was really wanting to put him on there. I love psychic electric typing, and I was really hoping to throw him in there, but just couldn't find the room. Glade, kind of with Gardevoir, very similar. I do like the psychic fighting typing, but it was like he's just he's a better version of Medicham. Yeah. And even though his design is really cool and he gets the Mega and he's also like dope as hell, it's just like I have other psychic types I prefer. He's also a very good physical psychic attacker, so that's nice. And then I had Starmie I wanted to put in here. I really like Starmie. I kind of have a soft spot for him because like you can literally evolve him whenever. It has an unbelievable move pool. And it's fast as fuck, boy. And then my other honorable mentions are Hatterene, but it's just another Gardevoir, but not as good. Orbeetle. I really like Orbeetle, actually. Like, he's kind of like that, what is it? Vikavolt of the newest gen. Like, he's just kind of like, nobody really pays attention to him, but like he is also sick as fuck. Like, he has the ability to be good. And then my last one is Girafarig. Now, I know I typically don't like the Pokemon itself, but I put it on my honorable mentions for 2 reasons. One, I love the typing of Psychic Normal and how it leads into the lore of how it's just like the same thing reversed, and its name is just, I can't remember the term for it, but it's the same thing backwards. Like, those are like those 2 things, like the typing and like the design and the lore of it. Like, I just really like that whole aspect. So I always thought it was stupid growing up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a joke. But now that I'm older and I understand that, I really like the idea behind it, and I think it's really cool. So yeah.
Okay, so my honorable mentions are Espeon, Executor, Slowbro, Reunicius. I don't remember.
Reunculus?
Yeah,
Reunculus?
that.
Yeah.
And then Malamar, obviously.
Right.
I wanted to put Grumpig on this list, but I just couldn't get myself to do it.
He's shit.
He is so shit.
I don't know why you ever liked him.
I think it was just like I need a psychic type, and I wanted to be different type of thing back then.
I'm different. All right. Well, we already kind of touched on my number 1 with it being Metagross. It's just, yeah. So we won't go into more detail. So Michael, go ahead. I already know what it is, but go ahead and tell us what your number 1 is, because it's so obvious.
So yeah, obviously my number 1 is in my favorites. It's Gallade. I fell in love with it. I've used it a couple times in Diamond and Pearl the first time around, and I don't think I realized how good it was when I first used it. And then I think I picked it up again around what game? I think it was X and Y, and I just fell in love with it again. And it's got a 618 as a Mega, 518 as a normal. Like you said, I love the psychic and fighting type. Like, obviously Medicham was a decent Pokemon, but I think they took that idea and just made it so much better for Gallade. Like, I think the fact that he's got that typing is so great. Obviously, he's not great against Gardevoir now because Gardevoir's a fairy type, but I like him more. I love his moveset. Again, I just love the idea of a psychic type having all the punches. I think that's really cool. It can learn moves like Solar Blade now. That's a thing that I thought was really cool. And just like Leaf Blade and different moves like that, I really like on him. And I love him. And I used him in Sword and Shield. So I found one in Sword and Shield because, you know, it's like the area after, and then there's like this random island that you have to swim to, and he spawns. And I'm like, oh my God.
See, now, and it's funny because, like, I remember when they introduced Gallade, it's like they really did not have to.
No,
like Gardevoir was already loved, Ralts and Corellia were its own thing, and then it's just like Gallade, and you're like, the fuck is this shit? Like, why would you do this? And it stood up on itself, like, or it stood up for itself, kind of thing. Like it didn't just kind of come into the game and do nothing. Like, it actually is its own fucking thing. And I think a lot of people forget about him just because they're always so focused on Gardevoir, and like Gardevoir getting the fairy typing made sense because like the fighting typing of Gallade kind of like balanced it out. But I do know what you're saying, where it was like, it's shitty, but it had to be done. But yeah. I definitely like Gallade for that reason, for sure. And then it's Mega's the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Yeah, I just want to touch on it. Like, I know that a lot of people in the past that I've seen shit on his Mega, but I really like his Mega. I think they did a good job with it. And yes, it does look like he's about to pull out his next, or his Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's just like
I mean, I think they could have done better with this Mega. Like, it definitely just looks a little like, I don't know where they were going with it, but whatever.
Yeah, that's our lists. And now
let's fight.
All right, so basically what we do now is we take our 5 and 1 honorable mention, and we make our teams up, and we fight to see who has the better favorites team, and then we'll do our least favorites in the next video and do the same there. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. We'll see you then.
See you in a bit. All right, let's start the battle. As you can see, these are teams. I went with Orbital. I feel like that's pretty obvious considering their typings. All right, this. Yes.
Why the heck do I have this ability? With that over.
Sorry, what you do?
Didn't realize I had this, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh my God, and so it begins. What do you want to settle down there? Like, no. Oh God.
I didn't even mean to do it. It wasn't even part of my strat.
You're a pleb, you know that.
I guess I'll use this again. I did teach it fighting type move, so.
Oh, special defense. Oh.
He also had magic guard, so he wasn't going to get affected by toxic.
Yeah, I realized that after you take damage. I was like, oh, that's right. Gardevoir, A.
Yeah, Gardevoir. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Bitch. Ah, get that shit out of here. Eat it. See you later. Goodbye. Bye, bitch. This is actually pretty good battles so far. Alright, this isn't happening. Fuck that shit, man.
Just realized I didn't teach him a fighting type. What the fuck is wrong with me? Wow, that was stupid of me. Whoa! Holy fuck!
That's a lot.
Okay.
Okay. No, fuck my strategy. Dead. What I was gonna do is that evolve and then just pixelate and make hyper voice stereotype. I could use it. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. You are so laggy, by the way, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure you still get it.
I know.
I'm sure you still get your talking across. This is the one Pokemon I have no idea what to do. Am I faster? No way, right? You have to be faster. Oh, dear God.
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Goodbye. Holy fuck, I'm looking at this. Yeah, no, see you later. Oof. Shadow, Michael, you're a physical attacker.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought it was going to be better when I used it. You said bye, bitch, so I thought you were going to kill me, so I was like, whatever.
There you go. Bye, bitch. All right, last one. Okay, I'll do this one.
Damn it!
I got the crit.
Oh, that fucking crit.
I think this just on the back. Oh, I don't think you can catch up unless just somehow. I'd be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, there's okay.
Instantly.
Zoom was still open. I minimized it before.
Yeah. Instantly get it.
What were you saying?
Yeah, I was about to say instantly get rid of it so you're not leggy for this.
Yeah.
All right, I will show my team, I guess, and then
share that shit. I want to see it.
I didn't know what to teach one of my Pokemon. But yeah, Glade, I didn't teach it a fighting type move because it was a psychic type battle, so it's like, nah, I shouldn't do it.
Yeah, but you taught it Zen Headbutt.
Yeah, I realized that after. I gave it a life orb to give it more attack. I just made it a bulky, fast attacker. Honestly, that was my goal. Metagross, I didn't know what to teach it for his last move, so I just teach Shadow Ball. give it a Metagross, height, and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Alakazam, I wanted to make up really strong, and then I Dynamaxed like an idiot instead of kept doing what I was doing.
Instead of using light screen.
Yeah, I should have used Light Screen, and that kept going, but I got too obsessed.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair.
Slowking, he was my last guy. I knew I was gonna lose, so like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. I would have done a Scald over Blizzard.
Yeah.
Or not Blizzard.
Surf.
Ice Beam over Blizzard and Scald over Surf.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
no, still good.
Gardevoir, I wanted to focus on Moonblast in case he did fight Malamar, which he did. So I used the Pixie Plate on him.
Nice.
And then Broken Glasses with Malamar. Then I didn't really know what to teach him after Foul Play and Superpower, so I just kind of gave him Psycho Cut and Slash.
Yeah, see, I was struggling a bit with him. I ended up giving him so I gave him Throat Chop, Superpower. Fuck, what was it? I'd have to look. I'll show you guys in a second, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, you can't show me. You can't show us because you're gonna lag a lot if you show us. So just tell us.
No, I can show you.
All right.
Just let me share, damn it. Give me the authorization.
Let's see how this goes.
There we go. Oh, wait. And you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. You're lagging, so sorry.
Okay. Don't look.
My team looks very similar to that.
Dude. Fuck. Okay, so I have Metagross. I threw Hammer Arm on him just in case I had to go against the Malamar or the Metagross that you had. But I guess, yeah, Earthquake, so whatever. But yeah, Hammer Arm was a weird one. I shouldn't have put that on him. I don't know why I did. I didn't make him Mega because exploit the Hyper Voice Pixelate Fairy stuff, but you neutralized that right away, which pissed me off. Malamar. So I went Throat, Rock Slide, Superpower, Liquidation, just load him with attacks, and then Assault Vested him, so he had a little bit more defense, and then I just tried to like attack as much as possible. I didn't really get to use Superpower, which is disappointing, but whatever. Alakazam, Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball. That one was pretty self-explanatory. Magic Guard, Expert Belt, just very simple, just fuck you up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gardevoir, like I was saying, Mega Gardevoir, Traceability with the Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, Mystical Fire, and Shadow Ball. And then Espeon, I really wanted to fuck with you a little bit and make him kind of like an Umbreon Espeon, where I was going to go like, oh, Toxic with the Magic Bounce, Leftovers, Morning Sun with Shadow Ball, and just like Protect. But then you fucking Dynamax, and it's like, okay, well, fuck you, you little piece of shit. And then Orbeetle, which was self-explanatory, just the Gigantamax with Bug Buzz, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Infestation. I didn't know what to give him for that fourth move. I just kind of threw Infestation on there. But then he also had the Assault Vest. And he was beef.
Yeah, he definitely won you the battle.
Stats. Beefy. Yeah, oh yeah.
If
a beast.
If you didn't use Orbeetle, I probably would have won. So I had you until you sent it.
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh,
no.
Right.
Fuck your day up.
That's all for this episode of Type of the Month favorites for Psychic. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all those good stuff. We'd love to get to 150 by the end of the year. We're currently at 111, so let's get up there. Make sure you follow us on social media, Piece of Kaake Gaming on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, as we're posting card stuff on there as well. Maybe in the future we might post some highlights from our videos as well. If you are not subbed to our YouTube channels, you can watch it on our Instagram. Also follow us on Twitch when we have time eventually. When we eventually have time, which will be never ever.
It won't be that. We won't be doing Twitch for a little bit here, just because I got a lot going on. But I definitely want to do it, because what were we gonna do again?
Coliseum on it.
Right.
Because Coliseum was just really weird when it was just
didn't run very well.
No. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. And we will see you all later.
Bye.
Choose your character.